I bought Java Edition 5 years ago, and in that time I never actually played hardcore. Okay, I did try once, but I died immediately and gave up. But the only way to beat my fear of hardcore is to play it again. Obviously you all know what hardcore is, but I'll explain it real quick. Hardest game mode, and if you die you don't respawn. There, quick. I clicked on create new world and named it CheeseNuggetzz Death's Door. Set it to hardcore mode and loaded in. This is the world I'll be living in until my inevitable death, huh? After I'd managed to get the shaders loaded, I got straight to business on your regular Minecraft starter tactics. Chop down a tree, make a wooden pickaxe, mine some cobblestone so I could skip out on the wooden tools, kill some sheep to make a bed, and built myself a starter house. Because there was no way I was going to be spending my first night outside in the dark. I'm not dying day one. There we go. It isn't much, but it'll suffice for the time being. When I woke up in the morning, I went to see if I could find any resources nearby, and I met this lovely wolf I named Diego. Very fitting name, I think. What a nice wolf. Anyway, after I'd cooked myself a bunch of food and made sure Diego was comfortable, I went on a little mining expedition. Now, the first time I went into a cave on my last attempt of hardcore, it did not go so well. So let's see if history wants to laugh or not. Luckily, this time I had a shield in the event of creeper explosions. I mined a load of copper and crafted myself a set of copper armor. Not the best armor in the game, but I'll take what I can get for now. I also found enough for a set of copper tools. I actually did end up coming face to face with a creeper, but like I said, the shield could tank the explosion. I won't die to a creeper this time. After mining a bunch more iron, I concluded that this cave was a dead end and returned home. No diamonds, but I think that was a successful first mining expedition. Nearly a whole stack of iron. Well, this house has outlived its purpose, I believe. Time to move on to bigger and better things. I collected anything that could be considered valuable, took down the coordinates of this base in the event that I needed to return to the future, and headed off to find my next living arrangement. From the top of the mountain, I spotted a ruined portal and went to investigate. The most valuable item it had was a lodestone, but I guess that will come in handy for later. Over the next hill, I spotted a village and made my way over. The villagers there were so generous, and they let me have all of their wheat. After that successful trade agreement, I left and came across a pillager outpost. It was actually quite close to the village, but I went the long way around. They had the layers trapped in cages, and as much as I wanted to liberate them, this was no time to play the hero. It was time to play the guy ravaging everyone for loot because I'm so poor. However, complications quickly arose when it seemed the pillagers had numbers, and as hard as I tried to fight, when you're sitting on 3.5 hearts, knowing if you die there's nothing left for you, you tend to make a run for it. Long story short, I spent the night in a dirt box. Unfortunately, there was no room for Diego. When morning finally came, I tried again to break into the pillager tower, which was so not worth it. After another hearty battle, I decided it was once again time to flee the scene. I returned to the village to request their aid and support. Yes, I did want to help, shut up. This area was actually quite nice, and I needed villagers anyway, so it looks like this is the place I'll be settling. I began to terraform the landscape and fill in the river so I'd have space to build when a group of pillagers I'd spent the morning beefing with showed up to take care of unfinished business. Huh, you guys didn't think I have a contingency plan for this? Get him, Iron Golem. Thanks for your help, buddy. Ooh, Bad Omen 5? I'll save that for later. Once I'd finished terraforming the land, it was time to start building a better house. I couldn't keep staying in shanties, dirt boxes, or breaking into a villager's bedroom. Since I didn't have many materials, I looked on the interwebs for a good starter house and decided to build a better one when I had the resources to do so. And since I was too lazy to follow the tutorial, I just kept a tab open with the search Minecraft starter houses and combined everything into one build, and I think it came out quite good. Although a creeper did try to blow me up while my back was turned. Wait, who the hell is this? What are you... Well, I guess I have a new roomie. I'd done so much already, but I didn't feel satisfied ending there. I wanted to at least risk my life for some diamonds first. I couldn't just stay in copper armor the whole time. That's a good way to get yourself killed, I'll tell you that. Deep in the mines, I faced perilous threats. Ew, that was a close one. I ended up coming across a spider spawner. Again, not the best loot, but hey, could be used as an XP farm down the line. I tried digging down, but I managed to somehow hit bedrock before I found diamonds. Or any other ores for that matter. I went back up and kept searching the main cave, coming across a lot of iron and lapis, but still no sign of diamonds. Also, what is it with creepers constantly trying to sneak up on me? As I was admiring this strange world generation, I was shocked when I turned around to see a glowing ravine behind me. Sometimes Minecraft is just so beautiful, don't you think? I managed to collect some redstone for a lodestone compass, but as impressive as the ravine was, it still didn't have diamonds. I was mining some iron, and as it dropped below, I went to grab it and... Diamonds! Finally! Did a quick scan of the area to make sure there were no creepers. Nope. How many diamonds? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? I think that's it. Well, 4 diamonds is still better than no diamonds. As I was mining up, I managed to break into another huge area of the cave. This is worth a look around, I innocently thought. I tried going left, there was a skeleton, creeper, and a copper zombie waiting for me. I went right, there was a zombie villager who was somehow very good at swimming. I started traveling up, where 2 skeletons were waiting for me. You know what, guys? I don't need to be too greedy. I made a run for it, trapped myself in a deep slate box and began tunneling out of there. I wasn't done with that cave though. When I returned to the surface, I built a tower to indicate where it was so that I could conquer it later. There was a savannah village in the distance and I decided to spend the night there. It was currently dawn. The next day, after the villagers had kindly donated all their resources to me, I finally set off home, which wasn't as much of a trek as I thought it would be. Mason, who said you could have friends over? Well, that was my first attempt at hardcore. It actually went quite well, all things considered. I'll definitely be playing again. If you'd like to see where my hardcore adventure takes me, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and I think I'm gonna go take a nap after all that. Ah!